Welcome to a world of might and magic, where the only limit is your imagination. Come along with us and find out what happens when you just roll with it.
After capturing the let's call the wolf pack, since it's both the wolf and his companions,
Mhm.
we captured them and took them to the sewer as the plan told as was the plan. Getting there, Paige went to have his little fun, and they discovered that they did not feel any pain at all. Uh, I barely get to play the part of the necromancer with Paige.
Did you forget the 100 zombie horde from literally hours ago?
Yeah, true, true. But with live people, it would be fun. I think I took his eye or something.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
took his eye.
Well, you gave it back, but.
It's still not in the socket.
He's going to fix it with no problems. After discovering that they're more mercenaries than actually loyal to the organization, we paid them 300 gold for both the silence and the information about the dragon. We, which we also discovered is in a temple somewhere. I forgot the name.
Theurgy of the. For some reason, I wrote ABBA, but that's not right.
That's like half of it, and I tossed out that piece of paper.
Yeah. Uh, Also, since they are mercenaries, we got said to if we ever need to got in touch with them, that we could just put a bounty with the wolf symbol on them.
Um,
And I think that's about it.
More or less. Gain your inspiration. Ugh.
Also, Paige is completely covered in burns.
Oh, yeah. But that was from like 2 sessions ago. Gotta find a solution for that.
A new body.
Well, I mean. But, yeah, most of us are just relaxing for the evening. Grabbing some grub. Washing a massive amounts of blood off our person. What's Woots up to?
Oh, I just gotta move my character there. Someone's standing in the doorway. I don't know what I'd be doing. Yeah, just. I guess I'm more interested in, No, I didn't take any of the fabric. Fuck.
You already have lots of fabric.
I know. I guess I'm taking away fabric, and then I'm curious on the. I know I still have I never really properly examined it, but like the hand, the stitching of the hand of the murderers or the assassins that tried to kill us near the mines.
Doing what?
Remember when I took off the emblem of
Yeah.
the hands of assassins?
What about it?
I'm just kind of figuring. I don't know. I think I'm more was just examining that, like, oh, this is a nice stitch, or what, like, signature stitch, or can I like narrow that down with it?
Well, you cut it off of the piece of clothing.
Yeah.
So most of the stitching probably wouldn't be present. It's pretty standard cloth. It is most definitely paint that the hand is imprinted on it with. Like
Oh, wait, they didn't sew like a hand on? Oh, that sucks.
No. It's like someone literally stuck their hand in paint and just high-fived someone.
I'm disappointed.
Well, not as everyone can be as obsessed with craftsmanship as Woots.
Nope.
Oh, that reminds me.
What's is going to make a better uniform and deliver at the door? I suggest you change to this.
I have a designer like input for your organization, and you guys will look fashionable.
How did they discover us? Guards, get them! Totally needs to happen.
Okay, side quest. I have a problem with your fashion sense.
Page, after sleeping the most amount of his body lets him sleep, will probably get ready, you know, dress nice and all that. Because he has a temple to visit.
Oh, yeah. Uh, After Krell bathes away her just blood-stained body, uses her magic to mend up her clothes. She's just gonna kind of stumble to the dining room and get something to eat. Something warm and filling. She's not doing a whole lot of goblining right now.
What is goblining?
If you know, you know. But, yeah, she's all kinds of worn out. Just kind of being mopey and slow. Like, not even wearing her armor or any of her weaponry as she normally would be. Just kind of being calm, which is very much not like her.
You all notice Paige, for the first time in his life, is not only not wearing his hat at the table, he also combed his hair.
Well, I mean... Woots might notice that. But that kind of slips under Krell's radar.
But then again, I don't know you long enough to be that like, oh, so you finally you have time to straighten yourself out. We've been busy for the past few days. This makes sense.
Yeah, it's just like nearing midnight. Paige is like dressed up to the nines, like he's ready to go on a date. So are you gonna tell us about it?
Well... You know, Krell, what is the way to Lichdom?
Just from what you've told me.
Doing a small recap, especially for Woods, it involves a deal with a dark god. And dark gods are very prideful, to say the least. I'm going to the Temple of Kierslee to see if I can communicate with her, or at least one of her high priests. And the more I can string things up in my favor, the better.
Well, what's the worst that could happen?
What is the worst that could happen?
I don't know, you piss off an evil god. Become immortal in all the wrong ways.
Like you are just ahead.
Or you could still, like, you'll age internally, or you'll keep on aging, but you're still trapped within the decaying body.
Or, you know, you're just tortured for all eternity. You know, fun stuff.
You can have an itch you can never scratch because it's always moving.
Or, insert whatever happened to anyone who pissed off Zeus.
like Prometheus that's permanently on a rock getting his liver eaten by uh, what's the bird again?
I think it's some kind of falcon, but I don't remember the exact
Let's go with
species.
eagles. I think it's eagles.
It might be. I know it's a big ass bird. And then, yeah, Zeus is really good at picking out torture.
How Greek gods were.
For the most part.
Zeus in Greek mythology was either sticking his hands on some woman, or man, or horse,
Or bull.
or giving
He's
torture.
basically fucking anyone he could.
Pretty much.
Yep.
As anything he wanted to.
Including rain for some reason.
Like, I remember, who was it that he seduced as like I think it was like a goose or something? No, it was the other big ass bird. I don't know why the word escapes me.
I know he had a son as a horse, and another one he was literally a golden rain.
Swan. Swan was the bird I was looking for. Loki thinking in Krell's mind, what's wrong with having a horse for a son?
Yeah, there's also that.
Because, interestingly enough, the Greek gods are canon in D&D.
I think all gods are canon in D&D. I think Anubis is the
Yeah, off the top of my head, I know Greek, Egyptian, and Norse gods are all canon. But there's several other pantheons I don't know off the top of my head. But then there's just dozens of pantheons of unique gods to D&D. But, enough theology for the moment. Krell's still trying to figure out why Paige is putting in this much effort. Just to commune with a god.
Perhaps trying to seduce it.
If it works.
Are you sure about that?
No, why not?
Uh,
But Paige is petty enough that if someone went to present himself dirt in front of him, he would, as an evil boss, just strike him down.
we just got done burying the body, boss. You've got some dirt on your face there, Firebolt.
Yep, that's Paige in the future.
Alright. Is Woots doing anything for the rest of the evening?
Besides my normal just 6 hours rest, I think I would change up my purple poncho thing and just go back to my normal grays.
Alright.
Dark colors,
You're getting out of your sneaking attire and getting back into your standard attire.
Yep, hide the mask. Yeah, hide the mask somewhere, because, when it might need it again.
Yep. Ugh. Krell is absolutely beat and is probably just going to spend a couple hours meditating on her thoughts before going to bed. Because a lot happened, and she just almost died for the first time.
Oh yeah, I don't think Crow ever got put down before.
Yeah. Like, the last two boss fights, Krell has been either downed or not, or very, very close to it. So, it's starting to take its toll on her, young mind.
She's 9.
It's a lot of years in goblins, but it's not a lot of mental maturity. But I guess we can. God, my maps are all weird. Must have changed the sizes. Pull up to the Nevermore map. Oh yeah, that's still here. Get rid of that.
Lots of guards.
Now I have to very carefully. All right. This page is heading for the Temple District, I'd imagine. Any stops on the way there, or is that your one and only goal?
I think I'll have a drink before going.
Drink for courage.
Yep.
Steady the nerves before you go approach an evil god. But, you managed to find a drinking hole. Probably not the best of, repute places, but, what else are you gonna find at half till midnight?
True. Just going to enter, try not to call attention, and order a glass of wine.
Unfortunately, they don't have wine this late at night. Their supply has been drank, and all they have is really horrible tasting, almost homegrown beer.
Give me a cup of that then.
Like, this is the most vile beer you've tasted in your life. Like, somebody made this in a dirty wash tub.
You know,
It's good enough to
it's
get
really
you
so well with the situation.
It's good enough to get you absolutely pissed, but
No, and I'm not trying to get pissed. Just you know, just a little tipsy. Just a cup, not another bottle.
I'm about to say, you're used to Spoon's high shelf shit, so this isn't too much for you, but the ordinary person would take a single mug to get them drunk.
At least that.
But yeah, you're good enough to walk on your feet and at least pretend to be sober. But, get my notes that I totally didn't just type up like 2 hours ago.
Yes, you totally were not doing that when I sent you that message.
No, I wasn't. So I got to thinking, I'm like, okay, I've got everything planned out for the next session. Is there anything I'm missing? And I was going through my notes, I'm like, oh shit, Paige wanted to go to the temple. But, where's my cliff notes on the temple? Yep. God, I wish I could remember which tabs I put things in. But yeah, you head to the temple. It appears to be a rather dark and not very well illuminated building. It's very well crafted by drow hands, so it's a little more ornate than some of the dwarf-made buildings nearby. The hour is nearing midnight as you enter. All the flames inside of the building are glowing like a faint purplish color. And as you approach the altar, you are greeted by a pair of drow women clad in purple robes bearing the symbol of the goddess. They look to be gaunt and withered as if in a near-death state, but are completely able-bodied.
Do they say anything?
They greeted you and asked why you were here.
Good evening, actually, good night. I wish to commune with the goddess.
Well, it is not amongst custom to typically allow men, at least in the priesthood. But for a person of your persuasion, I think this can be allowed. I assume you are willing to prostrate yourself before the goddess and abide by our rituals?
Yes, may I know some of the regular rituals of the temple?
I'm afraid most of those are kept secret to the priesthood.
Then I will have to say yes and bet on my chances.
Alright. Paige consents to the rituals of a goddess of undeath. That could only go great, right?
Yep, if she knows what I did yesterday, she's going to be very happy that I'm coming to her temple.
Same day.
Yes, same day.
I don't know, it's 12:01. She might be a little iffy about it.
The women lead you down a series of corridors and passageways to a large stone door with necromantic symbols engraved on it. It slides open with but a touch of one of the women's hands. Beyond the door is a vast catacombs. At a glance, the bones entombed within range from very recent to centuries old. You follow your guides to a large octagonal chamber containing a prayer mat and several bowls of ritualistic materials. How's Paige reacting to all this?
Surprisingly stone-faced. You know, just going with the flow.
He's like, yep, this seems normal.
It's not. This is what in expectations at least.
No one's being murdered down here that you're aware of.
Yet.
You'll have to give up your corporeal body at some point.
That's true.
Probably when it dies.
It dies for a week at most.
But the women go about preparing all the materials as they gesture for you to kneel upon the prayer mat.
I'm going to kneel.
Alright. They begin preparing all the bowls of materials, some liquids, powders, dusts, all sorts of different things, most of which you can't identify by plain sight. As they are doing so, to other more novice priestesses dressed in black enter the chamber and begin stripping away your clothes to expose your chest and back. So you're basically undressed from the waist up at this point.
Sure.
You're just like, okay.
Again, in expectations.
As long as
it's a drow goddess too, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's. I'm expecting worse.
Hey, you're not bleeding yet.
Yet.
It's a good thing you told everyone else where you're going, so.
Yeah, it's a great thing we know you're in the catacombs beneath a temple. We just assume you're at a temple having a chat with a priestess. But, The priestesses dip their hand into a thick blackish liquid and begin coating your flesh in the substance. The smell of iron hangs in the air as you are painted from the center of your torso all the way up to your hairline.
I'm going to imagine that's some kind of blood and mixed with other things.
Assumably, yes. But basically, from like just above your belly button up is completely painted right now. And what you can only assume is some kind of blood-based alembic.
I think Paige is going to thinking it's going to take so long to take this out after.
What do you mean? You still have prestidigitation.
I do, but
There's not a whole lot of feet of you.
that's true. But I feel it's one of those things you always find like weeks later. Oh my god, it's like glitter.
It's like, damn it, I forgot my underarms. I'm still finding glitter from a birthday card from half a year ago.
God damn. I searched carelessly on the Google and yep, that's what I expected from a drow goddess.
I was about to say, I think like the first thing that pops up is her Forgotten Realms article.
Yep, and these types of paintings. It was made by middle-aged men in the 90s, so...
Yeah. But this looks like it was made by someone in the last, like, 4 years, maybe.
Yeah, but I can guarantee you the older pictures are not that much different.
No, not really. Probably even more scantily clad.
Yep, I think this one is the actual official picture of her.
Yeah. At least from, it's either first or second edition. Not entirely sure. But, the next bowl was brought forth, filled with a grayish-white powder. The priestesses methodically apply the powder across the painted portions of your body. The powder forms lines, shapes, and symbols against the blackish liquid. Ooh. Paige still just going with the flow, accepting everything.
Actually, can I see the name of the priestess?
See the name of the priestess?
Yeah, with the
Oh,
eye,
yeah.
you know.
Since you're not currently wearing your eye patch.
Yep, they took that out.
The first one is named Shiara, and the second is Liana.
They don't have surnames.
No, it's not a thing Drow do.
Okay, we're going to assume by the rhyme that they are sisters or at least related.
How did those names rhyme?
They don't rhyme, they just sound similar.
We got the at the end.
I was say they share like 3 letters. That's about it.
Good enough.
It's good enough for me.
Ugh. By that logic, you'd be mixing Krell up with a god.
Yep. Do they?
'Cause that's
recognize
one
any of
letter
the symbols they're
difference.
painting?
The symbols are common well, some common and some far more advanced necromantic symbols. It's strange how accurately they're drawing these symbols on you using only a powder, as if as they apply the powder to you, it is straightening and forming perfectly into those symbols. Some of those symbols are even beyond your studies.
Okay, this is advanced. This is some advanced shit.
An advanced body paint, I think.
First thought on Paige's mind is, should I get a tattoo from that after?
That might not be optional.
That might not be optional, actually.
Two of the other bowls contain scented incense, which are lit with a wave of the hand. As the smoke swirls around you, any further fears or anxieties you might have had before waft away as the smoke trails. You feel perfectly at ease as the priestesses place their hands on either side of your head. Your consciousness fades away from your body as your soul is transported into the realm of the divine.
Okay, that's advanced.
Just, oh shit, ask for projection.
Yep, I was thinking like a little message or some statue, but nope, straight going into her presence.
You find your incorporeal form sat in front of a large throne made of bone and sinew. Leagues of undead are waiting motionless surrounding the edges of the chamber. Set on the throne is a woman with skin as dark as the eternal void and hair as white as the driven snow. Blood-red lips part to address you. What is it that you seek from me, boy?
So, Paige gets on one knee, trying to be respectful. Goddess Cairnsley, I ask you to reach down.
As do so many before you. Tell me, what are you willing to give in exchange for but a taste of my power?
I assume, as any gods need, you need some type of messenger on the material plane, someone to do your deeds.
I have plenty of priestesses.
You do, but not many on the surface.
You might be surprised.
Well, okay, I should have thought that during the week.
You should have. But yeah, literally around this room, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of undead. Ranging from, like, your simple skeletons to, like, ogre zombies.
What is the gods of revenge
Uh,
and death?
I think it's vengeance and undeath. Give me a sec. Got it. My cliff notes. Chaos, the drow, evil, retribution, and undeath. Portfolio is undead and vengeance.
Death and vengeance. Goddess, is there someone that angers you that you need getting rid of? Some organization, perhaps? Anything big that would be too much for your priestess? Or
Well, presently you are not of sufficient stature to go to war with my rival gods and goddesses. But I do have an idea. How would you like to be a specter of vengeance? A revenant, if you will.
how do you write that?
I think I spelled that right.
Okay. That sounds interesting.
All I would require of you is to hunt down 10 powerful souls for me. 10 powerful souls, and I shall guide you to lichdom.
It shall be done.
Then as a mark of our covenant, you shall be branded. And she snaps her fingers, and the black paint seeps into the white markings, and they get permanently branded on your skin.
Oh, cool.
You now have the most metal tattoo that's ever existed. Literally made from blood iron.
Yep. I imagine those Cenobites from Hellraiser.
Oh, very similar, yes. If any truly powerful beings should die in your presence, their souls shall be absorbed into yours and then transferred to myself.
Sounds simple enough. I was thinking, I was starting to think I would have to prepare rituals.
If that is your way of finding me powerful souls, then so be it. But if our contract is not complete within 1 year's time, it's your soul I will be taking.
Paige takes a small flinch at his permanent smirk, and you don't have to worry about that.
Then, unless you have any other requests, I have much work to be doing.
Then I shall leave you, my goddess.
And she snaps her fingers again, and your spirit returns back to the physical plane, back to your body, and you just feel absolutely drained of energy as you return to your physical form. And both of the priestesses that aided you in your transference are laying unconscious next to you.
Well, apparently that takes a lot of energy. As I get up stumbling a little bit. Prepare to leave.
Gather your clothes and such. That was one hell of a wild ride.
It was. I mean, being the presence of a goddess must be so crushing. Quite literally.
Well, I mean, fail within a year, and very well will be.
Yep, I have a year to kill 10 powerful souls.
She didn't say kill.
Yeah, to take 10 powerful souls for her.
I can't wait to see how that goes catastrophically wrong.
Oh, no worries about that.
I'm curious because let's classify it as a powerful soul.
Yeah. Someone could be a level 20 wizard and still not have a powerful soul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking that before. What counts as a powerful soul? But I assumed asking would be led to, you know, divine smiting my face.
But, yeah, it's maybe like 2, 3 in the morning by the time Paige stumbles back into the house, unaware of how much time has passed in his absence.
Actually, for the first time, instead of jumping straight to bed, Paige is going to the living room and sit on the couch watching the fire.
Just thinking over all his life decisions.
Yep, and think about what counts as a powerful soul.
Whew. Yeah, the only one that would have even noticed your presence coming back would be Woots, who's probably the only one awake at this hour. Other than maybe Tisla. Whew, big ol' lore drop. But it gets better because in addition to your new godly contract, everyone's gaining a level.
Oh, cool. You know, I was thinking before that it would make me take a cleric, a level in cleric because of the
I had
no
considered it.
contract and all. I wouldn't be angry if you were worrying about that.
Yeah, but then it'd have to be set to like a specific domain, and that's a pain in the butt to do.
Yeah.
Because it kind of takes away some of the free agency.
Nice.
Oh, god damn. Taking the average on that. Alright, Krell's picking up yet another level of Bard, which I believe improves her Song of Rest feature. Yep, her Song of Rest becomes a D8. Ooh, next level, her Bardic Inspiration goes up to a D10. She gets Expertise and Magical Secrets.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. Krell gets 5th level spell now. Oh, I want to take Modify Memory so bad.
I'm thinking of taking another feat that also raises my intelligence, because then I would have finally 18 intelligence. Do you know any?
What?
Do you know any feats that raise intelligence?
Not off the top of my head.
there's the half feats that give you like partially spells, but then there's also you already got talents and stuff. You got the other mind one, and then what was the other one? Keen mind.
Keen mind. What
That's one
does
of them.
keen mind do? I know keen mind is it's absolutely annoying for all DMs.
I remember everything.
Yep, keen mind does raise intelligence.
Yeah, there's a lot of minor feats that are like super annoying. Like Alert. You could never be surprised by anything.
I'm going to take linguistic.
That's interesting.
Paige was trying to learn Sylvan before.
Yeah, he just kind of gave up on that after one attempt.
We didn't have any more long rest. Not long rest, I mean off time.
Well, you pretty much just need any 8-hour period of the day in which you're not really doing anything.
Oh, yeah, I just didn't realize then. Roll 20 always bugs when I'm going to pick a new spell. Because of the sheer number of it.
You know what? That 100% would be way up more Krell's alley than actually using healing magic. Like, she uses healing magic out of necessity. But being an absolute fucking terror would be more up her alley. Plus, I never actually get to use this spell. Actually, second thought.
I'm going to take Dimension Door. Oh cool, the thing that says the spell on the right is bugging and it's not showing anything.
It does that sometimes. I just realized Krell has the ability to raise dead at 5th level.
How's it going?
Middle of my game.
Have a good time?
Yeah.
Love you.
I'll go.
Circle of Death.
I have no idea what spell to pick. So many good
You-
ones at level 5.
You are in my exact situation, except on 6 level spells.
You nerd.
Yep, and ooh, Magic Jar sounds nice.
But like, I have like, there's so many good like illusion spells and stuff at 5th level. The better healing spells, they can heal lots of people. Like, I could literally just bring like any type of creature to life and give it
Oh, I am
sentience.
very angry at myself
Why is that?
because the last time I level up, I took Tensor's transformation, but Tasha's Otherworldly Guys is much better, and it does the same almost.
Yeah, screw it.
Actually, Tasha's Otherworldly Gaze is much better.
Actually, what skill power would do? Oh, I just double a creature's proficiency with a skill for an hour. That's boring. You know what? Krell's going for the illusion magic, because that's what Krell do.
Damn, I can literally create a gravity hole in the middle of somewhere. No, wizards are scary.
Yeah. Control gravity and time, which technically is the same thing if you get real philosophical about it.
Okay.
Ooh, Krell's spell save DC went up.
Arcane Gate.
Woot's getting anything cool on level up? Oh, you're muted. Never mind. Nope, now you're back. Did Woot's get anything cool
Sorry
on a
about
level
that.
up?
My sister had a. What's that?
I asked if Woot's got anything cool on a level up.
I'm deciding. I know I want. Okay, I have a chance for an ability score. I can either increase my dex or I can get a cool feat. You know, but I'm like,
That's always the thing. It's like,
I know,
what do I need at this moment?
I want to do cool shit. But I'm like, damn it.
What does a homunculus do in D&D?
Good question. Let me look it up.
Doesn't sound very useful to be a 6th level spell slot.
The basic creature looks like it is a more powerful version of a familiar.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense for it to be a 6th level spell slot.
Or is it homunculus servant?
The statistics of the homunculus are in the monster manual. It doesn't say if it's the servant or not.
Spell create homunculus. Huh. Yeah, that is strange. Because it appears to just use the standard homunculus and not the homunculus servant. But the basic homunculus is literally just barely stronger than a familiar. Oh, I think I see how it's better. Yeah, if the homunculus succeeds on its attack, the target's got to make a constitution save or be poisoned for a minute. If they fail by 5 or more, they're poisoned for 5. 1d... Yeah, they're poisoned for 5. 1d10 minutes. And unconscious. It's very strange.
But the DC is really low.
Yeah. Yeah, it is just the base homunculus. So that is very strange, because they're no bigger than the size of a squirrel, specifically. Sounds like the dogs are going off. My brother's yelling at them.
I was going to ask who was yelling at something. Oh, the disintegrate sounds really good.
Disintegrate is always good. You know, you just don't want somebody to exist anymore. Also,
And
apparently
not-
you're not on roll 20 anymore.
Oh, it must have fallen because I was on the other page seeing the spells. Since magic items are unaffected, I can just look at an enemy, pop my fingers, and he's vanished. All he's left is his items, on the magic items on the ground.
Pretty much.
I'm going to take disintegrate.
Keep in mind, if you disintegrate them body and soul, You might accidentally destroy powerful souls for your new covenant.
True. But disintegrate doesn't need to disintegrate the soul.
It doesn't say it doesn't.
Come on, I'm going to change the spell then. I hate you, you know?
He's such a strong boy.
Yeah. I despise you.
You let me make such an easy covenant with a god. I hate you for going nitty gritty on the terms of the contract.
Yeah, true, but what the fuck am I going to offer to a goddess?
Lots of things. You have a living body, for one.
I was
She
thinking
is-
I'm not going to offer my soul.
She is very much unalive.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. She is herself a lich.
Ooh, should I offer that? If you told me these things,
You told me you read the factoid article thing on Forgotten Realms, so you knew as a player what I know as a DM.
I just looked at her images.
I think it's like in the first handful of lines.
I didn't read the lines. I didn't read anything.
Hold on, let me just go and slave myself to this goddess without knowing the first fucking thing.
Yep.
Well, Paige is smart. Doesn't mean he knows common sense.
You are very true in that. What magic jar does? Let me read it correctly.
Yeah, literally the third line. The vengeful banshee was said to have repeatedly died before coming back with a vengeance. And the Revenancer
but
gifted her fellow drow with existence as undead driven by hate and spite.
Yeah, but I did not read it. If I did, I could try to offer her a living body.
You guys
Can
have
we
some
retcon that?
Yeah. She was, in mortal life, a powerful lich drow necromancer queen from another plane. Technically speaking, she's only a demi-goddess.
Can we retcon for me to offer her a living body?
Nope. You signed a legal contract here.
A legal contract. Can you take me to the to the judge with that?
Well, I mean, I do have actual proof that you agreed to it. Not to mention witnesses. I should have made the music all spooky for that. I didn't even think about it. Ooh. Everybody concluded with their level ups?
Not yet. I'm choosing a new spell because you said because you made me paranoid with this interrogate.
You should always be paranoid.
Do you have a suggestion, Woods?
I don't even know what kind of spells you have access to, so I would suggest whatever you think Paige would be thrilled at.
If it helps, I am currently looking at this list.
Oh, the wicked up.
Third one. I'm actually on the other page at this scroll to.
Filter wizard. 6th level. A lot of scrolling.
Which level of spells are you looking into?
Mostly 6th level, but you can choose a lower one.
Oh, let's see what we have at 6.
There's literally a spell called Soul Cage, and you just totally overlooked that.
I'm looking at that right now. So weird.
Okay.
You can use it as a reaction when a humanoid you can see dies within 60 feet of you to trap its soul in a tiny cage. And then you can use it up to 6 times for one of the various effects before it's dissipated. Holy shit. Whew. Yawn out of nowhere. Or, just summon fiend. Otherworldly form.
I think you mean otherworldly guys.
Yeah, I'm seeing form here. Oh, wait, that's Unearthed Arcana.
I was thinking of taking otherworldly guys, but I already took the other one, Dancer's Transformation, which is worse. Ah, fuck it, let's take this one. I'm going to take Tasha's otherworldly guys.
Surprised Create Undead didn't pop into your brain.
I already have it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got it from the book.
No, I got from the last level up. I don't think the book has Create Undead.
It wouldn't be lame. I'm just gonna increase my dex. At least I'll be able to hit things harder now.
Yeah. It's always good.
Okay. Roll 20 stopped. I'm going to have to reset it. The page. At level 16, I'll finally reach my 20 levels of intelligence.
Ugh. I don't think Krell's ever gonna hit that magic 20 in charisma. I do think the remainder of her ASIs are probably just gonna go to stats, though. Because she doesn't really need any more feats.
I also want to take Warcaster eventually.
Yeah, it is fun. Alright, everybody satisfied with their level ups?
Yes.
Define satisfied. Alright. So everybody gets their good night's rest / meditation / pensive thoughts. And the next morning comes. Ugh. Krell's coming down to get breakfast, dressed in plain clothes again. Just not feeling all that heroic today. It's been one hell of a week.
He's just going to appear to breakfast like nothing ever happened.
You're lucky Krell can't see your tattoos. Because they definitely extend down your hands, too.
Oh, that's great.
And your face.
And my face.
Thankful to join. Just not gonna eat, but like just to socialize with everyone else. And I think he would notice definitely. Can like he assume what they are, or just the forever changing signs of living life? I'm confused.
Living in the slums, you would have definitely seen some, like, garage tattoos, for lack of a better term.
No, that makes sense. Are they at least well done for our page? I would assume you would go to someone you know.
Oh yeah, they're definitely well done. Like, they were put there by magic, so it's not like there's any crooked lines or, blowouts or anything.
Okay. I think he would like kind of reach out, just like briefly grab your hand to like, examine the lines real quick, you know, and then like release it. Like just like you know how when someone like looks at your hand just to see how like your skin or something, just how it is. And he'll be like, never took you. This one is to ink yourself.
Well, lots happened last night.
Anything worth sharing?
I would rather not.
Woods kind of nods at that and just leaves it be.
I have to close Google real quick. I assume if Krell could see me at this moment, she would be laughing a lot. Can't she smell the iron from the tattoos?
Probably, but you never bathed last night, so you probably stunk of blood anyway.
I did say I used prestidigitation on my way to bed.
Just fix burn wounds. But yeah, your skin is pretty well on its way to being completely restored to what it was previously.
Do I recognize anything in these tattoos? By that I mean, like, do I feel any pain? Do they make me feel discomforted or something? Or just there?
They're just there. Like a tattoo that's long been healed, except it hasn't lost any of its coloring. Really making myself want more tattoos.
I want to make tattoos, but no one fucking hires me.
Oh yeah, it is very hard to get an apprenticeship.
No, I meant I want a job so I can pay for tattoos.
Oh, that also.
I don't know how to draw.
Ugh. But yeah, Krell doesn't notice anything out of the ordinary. She's like, she's probably feeling some extra vibes of confidence off page, but that's about it.
Crow, I have a question. Actually, it's more for Loki than you.
Just mouthful of food. Okay, what?
What counts as a powerful soul?
Uh, well, I suppose that really depends now, doesn't it? Like, obviously, each of us would consider our own souls powerful in their own right, but what truly constitutes a powerful soul? Like it was the soul of a dying star that built my nephew's hammer. I guess it really boils down to how you view the soul. And he just goes off in some thoughtful musings.
What would be a powerful soul for a goddess of undeath?
Well, if I had a way to contact my daughter, I could probably give you that answer.
I'm going to
Fine.
assume either someone really evil or really good.
Or someone very alive.
Or someone that's just absorbed a lot of souls as well.
That can also be something. So here's the thing: the character Master bugged, and I am permanently on the spells list without anything loading.
It's weird. Very weird indeed. But yeah. Loki himself doesn't know a whole lot about undeath, but his daughter, Hel, is literally the goddess of undeath from Norse mythology.
Oh. No, I'm going to. I should probably go to the library for that. In books about souls and what gods likes. I know that most demons like Orcus, Demogorgon, like powerful good souls sacrificed in their name.
Well, you would think that, but Orcus happens to be one of your new patron's rivals.
Yes, but Orcus also hates Demogorgon. They are rivals their own way. What I mean is that these types of gods normally like good souls because when they corrupt it, it becomes much stronger.
Well, ooh, big ol' yawn. That's fair.
Am I going to kill a lot of good people?
Quite
Always find out.
possibly.
And so.
Paige rocks up to Spoon's eventual funeral.
Sup? Just here to collect some things.
Spoon is a paladin for a good aligned god.
Actually, I don't know if Paige would be comfortable with giving up on Spoon Soul. The way I made so that Paige is chaotic even when doesn't just attack everyone, he thinks everyone in his possession. You know, these are my friends. I won't be taking them.
Yeah, we'll see what happens down the road. 3 weeks later, we cut the page just bludgeoning a saint to death with his staff.
Quite probably, actually.
Yeah, Krell's just taking it real slow today. Actually enjoying life for what it is.
Having a little teacup with biscuits, sitting from the fire, not reading because she can't, but you know.
You're saying this knowing full well she could murder you with a butter knife.
She could.
But no.
You know, since I am with my component pouch, I would like to say the words, I would like to see you try.
Just like moves the seat like to a seat over away from Paige just in case. Next chair over. Okay.
But, yeah, you know full well that Krell doesn't need her magic to beat you, and she's got a little counter for your magic anyway, in the form of silence.
That's wait. Wouldn't she casting silence make her officially totally blind?
Well, she doesn't have to target her on herself. Not to mention, she also has blindness, deafness. And that's only if she decides to cripple your body. She could also just cripple your mind. Let's see you cast spells when your intelligence is temporarily reduced to 3.
Is there anything this goblin can do?
A lot of things, actually.
Against Paige? Fuck it, I'll just and try to end this and I take from the compendium the spells.
God, imagine the nightmares Paige would see if Krell used her Phantasmal Killer on him.
What Phantasmal Killer does again?
Basically, she tortures you with endless nightmares to deal psychic damage to you.
Paige is a factory worker in like a communist fabric factory.
No,
Just-
even worse. He has to go back to the Feywild.
I don't know what happened there, so
We'll elaborate on that eventually.
I am waiting and I am waiting to be amazing.
You still haven't gotten all those mushroom spores off of you.
Do they still grow every night?
Every now and again you find a new sprout.
That's incredible.
What were you saying, Sam?
I was thinking like, oh, we're gonna get a letter like, oh, you were married and had 3 children, and then you're like, well, it's like out to hit you or out on a hunt to like get revenge because you left her.
Yeah, it just gets
Something crazy like that.
just gets a letter in the mail eventually from like the Department of Child Services hitting him up for child support for a creature that is now centuries older than him.
It's only been 3 minutes this time. How could it have been so long there?
Well, back when he went to the Feywild, they describe it as being massively longer feeling for him being there than he was actually gone, because he was only gone for about 30 seconds. But for him, it was weeks.
Weeks. I can just imagine the type of stuff I saw. Oh yeah, besides Sylvan and Abyssal, what type of language you guys think I should get?
Good question. I don't have a list of the languages, but people usually pick the exotic ones rather than the common ones so they can understand people talking shit about them.
I already have Sylvan, Abyssal, Halfling, and Common.
Well, you could always pick up Undercommon.
That's true.
Be
Do-
pretty
do- do-
useful
don't we
here.
have some type of language for for undead or something? 'Cause that would be fitting.
Technically speaking, yes. It's not one of the official languages per se, although it is mentioned in like one spell, I think, which is Lingua Mortis, the language of the dead.
Ringo Mortus. Is that's seriously the name?
Yeah, it's literally language of the dead in Latin. Or more accurately, death language, but yeah.
I think I'm going to either take Celestial or the Inferno.
Ooh, fun. Do I want to talk to gods or devils?
I'm a fan for talking shit about you.
I'm going to take Celestial.
Alright then.
Okay, Sylvan, Abyssal, and Celestial can talk to fairies, demons, and gods.
A very interesting combination, but at least you'll be able to speak to the demons you can summon in their own tongue.
True.
You know that one time you did that?
Yeah, I tried to do twice, but
Yeah, Krell's probably camped out in the living room most of the day, just like eating snacks. Just like cookie crumbs all over the place. Bits of spilled drink. Krell's...
Paige probably summoned an unseen servant at some point to keep cleaning that.
The fact that Paige would go out of his way to clean up somebody else's mess might be the weirdest thing that happened this session.
I will not clean it, the unseen servant will.
Yeah, but you had to perform the ritual to summon the servant.
Paige doesn't like the things being dirty. Kinda ironic for a necromancer, but still.
Yeah, Krell's just deep in her feels today.
You know, Crow, you're really sad today. Or at least calmer than usual.
Is it because I'm not yelling and stabbing things?
Yes.
Because I don't do that all the time.
Who are you and what did you do to Crow?
You got me. She raises her hands up into the air, and suddenly she's an exact duplicate of you in every way. And I mean every way, down to the new tattoos that she can't see.
Cool. It just looks. Oh my god, is this how the new tattoos look like?
You look around, both Woots and Quill are also copies of you.
God damn it.
So if it's not super obvious, Krill's new spell is Seeming.
I do not know that spell.
Let me hang it real quick.
Oh, there we go.
For up to 8 hours, I can make any number of creatures I can see within range take on a new and illusory appearance of my choosing. Anyone unwilling gets to make a charisma save. But the spell disguises physical experience as well as clothing, armor, equipment, and equipment. I can make a creature seem a foot taller or shorter, appear thin, fat, or in between. I can't change a target's body type, so I must choose form the same basic arrangement of limbs. Otherwise, the extent of the illusion is up to me.
Oh,
So you're just seeing a tall page.
Yeah, you're seeing tall page, really small page, exactly the same height page.
I think you're going to give Quill a heart attack as I see they all looking everywhere.
Uh, uh. But yeah, I could even change your clothing if I wanted to. I could make it like you're wearing like a 20-gallon cowboy hat for absolutely no reason. But anyone that tries to touch the hat will have their hand go right through it.
It's an illusion after all.
Yeah. But yeah, new fun illusion spell. And definitely something that could come in handy. Crow goes back to snacking without dropping the spell.
You know, it's going to be hilarious if you all go to the kitchen with Spoon in there.
I think Spoon's in his room right now, but yeah.
Especially Woods.
It's sudden growth spurt, eh, buddy? Although it would still be Woots' voice coming out of the page appearance.
Oh, I should have took actor, but no, it's fine.
Can you imagine if I used this on a crowd full of people? Like, my spell save DC is 17. And commoners have a +0 to their saves. So, Crow could literally make an entire crowd of people turn into her.
That's very useful. It would make the zombie apocalypse we caused yesterday much worse if we made most people look like zombies too.
Well, see, I wasn't one level higher and anybody able to use 5th level spells yet. Because I multi-classed into Warlock. But, we definitely have more information to put on Spoon's conspiracy board when we eventually get around to doing that. Krell, now done with her snacks, is just picking her teeth with one of her mini daggers.
Paige will probably. Paige is sitting on the couch. He's going to take another mushroom off his head, throw it to the fire.
It burns green for some reason.
I'm not going to even to ask that. I'm going to leave the house and go to the library. But
Yeah.
like, practically going on a stroll, going to take my cane and all that.
Ugh. What's Woots up to today?
I don't know. I mean,
We don't normally have downtime that we actually roleplay. It's weird.
I know. Harvey probably would go and get my collection of fabrics. I'll probably leave the purple cape. And I'd probably go to the slums to visit Granny Ann.
Oh, nice.
I know we haven't really talked about her, but just I'd visit her.
Yeah, I read the backstory.
I
You've
don't
been
listen to
gone
it
for several weeks at this point.
Yeah,
Probably
so just
starting to
check
miss
with
you.
Granny.
But, yeah, you have a nice, pleasant visit. It's not too terribly long. Good, like, 3-4 hours. Just to catch up, tell her about all these new crazy things you've been doing, and
Yep.
all these new things that suddenly came into your life because some strangers ran into you.
Well, not so much ran into me, more like they were able to spot me, which was surprising. I would ask because she's super old, and this is Wood's logic. She's super old, and she's been in this like Nevermore for a very, very, very long time. I would ask her if she knows any because going back to the magical items and asking if she knows any lore about it. Just specifically like a boot and then like the cape, I think it was.
Let me get my notes here.
Yeah, it was the cape, the cloak hide, and then special boots because I know she's fashionable and she's a seamstress.
Ooh, gotta warm up the old lady voice.
Oh, no worries.
Well, yes there, dearie. I remembered back in my childhood, my mother told me of a great champion of a demigod who was given a great series of challenges. 10 at first, but 12 at the end. And one of these challenges was slaying a mighty lion, a beast that no other man could fell. No blade or arrow could pierce it. But this man beat it with nothing but a club. He was a demigod, in fact. Son of one of the greatest gods of his pantheon. And he wore that lion's skin as a cloak, and it protected him from all manner of attack. I can't say as to whatever happened to it after the demigod attained godhood, but at least it's a nice story to tell the children.
Curious, I wonder what kind of fabric it would be made out of or hide. Would it contain some of its fur, or would it be soft, or is it smooth?
Yeah, because Boots probably hasn't experienced many things made of hide.
Yeah, I work with fabric. So hide's like not fabric, but skin.
Yeah.
So it's like a weird borderline, like it's not fabric, but fabric.
It's clothes, but not cloth.
Skin cloth? I'm confused.
Ooh. Let's see. What else is going on right now? Let's move over to Paige at the library. What specifically are you looking for?
First, he did pick a bunch of books about souls and gods, but after that, he decided he was working too much in these last days. So he went to got a few books for enjoyment, like a few novels.
Yes, novels.
No, I meant novels.
Well, when you say books for enjoyment, that isn't the first thing that pops into the head. I'm just saying, if you happen to go to some shady back alley bookstore, that's your own business, and I'm not holding it against you. But that's what popped into my head before, like, nonfiction.
Page's favorite books actually are non-fiction. Yeah, you know, I'm going to roll a d20, and I'm going to choose 3 of my books, and those are going to be the favorite genres of Page.
Okay.
First one is 4. 1, 2, 3. Can you guys guess what's the first favorite Page's book?
Is it
Genre?
rom-com?
Sci-fi?
No, but it is romance.
All right.
All right.
That's
Second
so weird,
one.
but okay.
One. Would Narnia be considered fantasy or something else?
That'd be fantasy, yeah.
Yeah, so fantasy, romance, fantasy, and third, mystery.
That one sounds about right.
Yep. Page's favorite genres of reading are romance, fantasy, and mystery.
I could just imagine Paige up late in his room, just reading about heroes of yore. And it's really just like some fan fiction that Spoon wrote like 2 weeks ago.
Oh man, he has to hear that next session.
We'll make it part of the recap. I got a good chuckle out of me. Yeah, Paige eventually comes back with, Go ahead, quickly make up a couple titles for some of these books you've come home with. Now,
Okay,
let me
the-
put
the
you on the
first-
spot for names for a minute, because you keep doing it to me.
Okay, fair. Nice revenge. The first one, it's going to be...
Not so easy, is it?
No, it's not easy.
uh,
Okay, one of each genre, right?
sure, I guess.
Let's get into the theme of, you know, edgy necromancer. The mystery one, it's going to be the... God damn it. Everything looks silly.
Hollows Grove, where no one returns.
Let's go with A Night in the Back Alley.
Now that sounds like a porno.
I got that.
I know it's to him, it's the romance, and it's like the smutty romance too.
I mean, sometimes those intermingle, the romance and the mystery.
Okay, fine. The mystery, it's going to be The Shadow of Death. Okay, good. That's fine. The cover is a like a detective sort of guy, looking at some bodies and the Reapers behind him.
Very creative.
Very creative. No, not creative at all. The second one, fantasy. Wouldn't fantasy just be non-fantasy here?
Yes. It would just be like a historical textbook.
Yeah.
Just
He
the
took the book The Dragon's Daughter.
okay.
which was in the child section. Kind of a fairy tale, you know?
It's young adult.
Yep. And last one, the romance. I don't have many romance books. I only have that one.
It's real easy to come up with a romance title. Just make it almost sound like porn.
I'm going to go with.
I thought of like 5 in the time it's taken you to.
Then say one. It's hard to figure out 3 names, and I don't want to make one sound like a porno.
Too late.
Do it for the content. uh,
Hit my dice fell. I don't know. Say the name of one that you thought of.
yeah, I'm gonna pressure this audio. It's gonna be funny.
I keep looking at my books for reference, but every single one just steals another idea from my mind.
Uh,
Okay, I'm going to read 3 or 4 words at random. Amanda, Magisterium, Sign, and Dawn. Okay. It's going to call a Magisterium, the romance of a noble teacher and a. God damn it! I can't say that out loud.
I was
Thank God
also.
it's not in person because I think I'm blushing at the moment.
Well, if we were in person, you'd have to deal with my judging stare as well, so.
Also that.
There's no judgment here. We love all peoples equally.
Yeah, I think those are it.
Yeah, but you could have, like, clipped any Lifetime channel movie, like, ever.
Here's the thing, I don't like to be non-creative with things. Because if I want to do anything, I would just say like love. That's the name.
Like, for whatever reason, The Lighthouse Keeper's Widow was the first thing that popped into my head.
Yeah, I know the name of every book. Magisterium. The God damn it! I forgot the thing as I was speaking. The fuck do I have Alzheimer's?
And I had Mansterium, Amanda, Signature, and then I forgot the last one.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go with that.
Yeah, Paige just comes home with a stack of very interestingly named books. Krell doesn't really care because that's what Paige does. And Woots probably isn't back yet.
No, I would come back later. I assume we're
Woods
not doing
enters the building, in this case our home, with reading the romance book, which just has a noble lady on the back on the cover. And he's surprisingly smiling, not creepily.
God, Krell could see things. The amount of shit she would have given you today.
I can imagine. I only have one book of romance, and that's the first one I wrote to. What are the odds? In case you were wondering, I have hundreds of books.
Yeah, I've got several dozen. If you asked me to name one off the top of my head, it'd take me a minute. But at least Paige found something that could temporarily make him happy. So there's that.
True.
Kind of bummed that Max never made it to the session, though. I know he'd have some fun input.
Oh, he would be laughing a
Oh,
lot right
yeah.
now. He's going to laugh a lot next session.
Oh, yeah. We'll do an extra long recap just to make sure that he gets every tidbit of detail. Let's see. Trying to think if there's anything else that needs to be done before we wrap up. There's not a whole lot going on today until we get back into conspiracy action. Because we did get a good amount of info on the dragon. So we can at least get, and I'm going to use the term very loosely here, artist's rendition. AKA spoon with a crayon.
With a crayon.
Of what the dragon looks like.
I'm going to think that Spoon's actually surprisingly good at drawings when it comes to people.
Yeah, it's just literally everything else is just absolutely garbage. Like his battle maps, his like normal handwriting is just absolutely horrid. But he can make like the greatest artworks as long as they're people out of crayon alone. And I'm sure there's some artists out there that can do that too. I am not that artist.
Everything you do with a pen is horrible. My letter, my handwriting, my drawings. I can't make a line straight with a ruler
How do you mess that up?
because my hand shake.
But I think this is a good place to end off, since there's not much left to do.